You're listening to the Good Food CFO podcast, where we focus on financial strategies for building a profitable food business. I'm your host, Sarah Delavan. Today on the podcast, we're going back to basics, and I'm sharing my number one piece of advice for food business owners: slow down. I'm also sharing 3 real-life examples of business owners slowing down and the financial impacts it's having on their businesses. Let's get to it. The advice to slow down comes from years of working with amazing businesses and clients to help them become more profitable. But it also comes from personal experience. When I owned a food business, we thought that growth meant doing more of what was working, right? It makes sense. Surely if we kept repeating the model that worked for us in the early days of our business, we would incrementally have more and more profit. And as we grew and we added more locations for our business, more revenue did come in, but our costs began to outpace it. And we believe what so many other business owners believe, that if we are struggling with cash flow and profits aren't there, we've got to do more, we've got to sell more, and we simply need to work harder. We believe that we didn't have time to look at our finances, and we knew what they would tell us if we did. So we subscribed to the do more and sell more mentality. And frankly, we were focusing on the wrong goals. And in the end, I was burned out and we decided to close the business. Since then, it has been my mission to help other food business owners avoid this outcome. And for the past 7 years, I have done just that. Every single day, I challenge business owners to let go of the belief that profitability comes only by doing more and selling more. The truth is that consistent cash flow and profitability come when you've got a profitable framework in place and you're setting and achieving the right goals for your business. It starts with slowing down, to really look at your business, to really look at the numbers, and to examine each of the opportunities and challenges that you're presented with. It can feel counterintuitive to slow down, I know. But I promise you that the financial rewards of slowing down can be significant. I want to share 3 examples of what slowing down has looked like recently for a few of our clients and group coaching program members and the financial benefits they've experienced from doing so. The very first example that I want to share with you, I'm calling free fill negotiations. So Virginia is one of our group coaching program members, and she's striving toward building a financially sustainable business that pays her enough to comfortably leave her full-time job. She recently identified an opportunity with an online gift site that appears to be a great fit for her business. So she sent some samples their way, they loved her product, and the next step was agreeing to their terms and then providing her first delivery. The initial delivery and setup requirements were a $1,000 slotting fee and a 1,000 unit free fill. After delivery, a trial period would begin and it would last 6 weeks. And if all went well during the trial period, they would purchase product and it would be available for sale on the site through the holidays and beyond. So Virginia reached out to schedule a one-on-one session with me so that we could review her numbers together and ensure that she was analyzing things correctly, not getting caught up in the opportunity, and pricing her products right based on the customer's margins. Now, that alone is a slowing down win in my book, but things get a little bit sweeter. So Virginia had run the numbers to determine exactly how much inventory she would use up for the first delivery and how much additional product she would need to produce to get a very clear picture of the financial and product investments that she would be making for this opportunity. She also calculated the production that would be required to meet potential future deliveries for this customer, as well as her current existing customers. The $1,000 slotting fee made perfect sense to us because there was a fair amount of work on their end for getting her logo and her company information and other things set up on the website, and additional other steps needed to be completed on their end for a successful physical launch. But the 1,000 unit free fill felt like a lot. And so we dug in a little bit deeper here. And when we were reviewing the future sales expectations of her product on their site, the representative from the company had said that 12 to 16 units per day was what she could expect in terms of product movement. Now, if we took that units per day number, even on the high end, and spread it out over 6 weeks, that calculated out to just under 700 units max that would move over that 6-week trial period. So while the opportunity felt right and she had done all of the calculations to understand the risk that she was taking, delivering this free product to the business, and she felt really good about it, there was an opportunity to negotiate the free fills down by 300 units. And we had their numbers to support the ask. So Virginia reached out to finalize the free fill and the slotting fee agreement and requested the lower free fill number, and they agreed. That equated to a cost of goods sold savings of about $600, and she maintained those 300 units of product that she could now sell direct to consumers or to her existing wholesale accounts. Now, we don't know yet at the time of this recording how the trial period will go because it's still in progress, but this is a financial win that can be celebrated for a number of reasons. The second example that I want to share relates to identifying your bottleneck and ensuring that you're investing in the right things for your business right now. So there are a lot of great tools and platforms and individuals in the industry that can help you grow your sales. And if you're a regular listener to this podcast, you know that I fully support growing sales and really going big with your efforts once you know you've got a profitable framework in place and know that more sales will indeed result in more profits rather than stress, burnout, and losses instead of gains. So recently, a relatively new one-on-one client asked what I thought about her investment of $200 a month in a service that would help her to grow sales. She felt it was a great opportunity and she fully believed in the ability of the individual and the platform, but she wasn't sure if it was the right time, and she was curious what I thought about the cost since she wasn't yet financially sustainable. So we slowed down together to really think through this. And this particular business owner was seeing growth in her sales, and she had shared some concern, for lack of a better word, about her ability to fulfill all of her orders in the time frame that she really felt reasonable for her customers. And with the upcoming holiday season, things were starting to already get exciting because folks were reaching out to her to include her product in their gift guides and on their website. And in the past, this type of exposure around the holidays resulted in a big jump in sales. But could she handle big holiday sales on top of her already growing business while producing all of her product in-house on her own? We slowed down to calculate how many units she could produce in 1 week, and then we calculated the max output for a month. With this information, we knew exactly how many orders she could handle, and the addition of this new sales initiative would likely put her over the top, adding stress and possibly burning her out, which was something that she was not willing to let happen. So the quick math and an honest conversation made it very clear that the steps she was taking to get set up with a co-packer were indeed the right priority, and that while the $200 a month investment was indeed a good one for her business, the timing just was not right. Once she was set up with her co-packer and had increased capacity that didn't require her to physically produce all of the products, it would be the right time to revisit the investment. So she's able to hit pause with confidence, focus her time and her money on the right next step for her business, which will eliminate her production limitations and allow her to then focus on sales when she can really take full advantage of the opportunity and maximize her ROI. The third and final example that I want to share with you today is about creative product offerings and ensuring that you're pricing your products right. So another relatively new one-on-one client of mine has a product that is also an ingredient, meaning you can consume it as a finished product or you can utilize it as an ingredient within another product. Think of like Oreo cookies, for example, right? You can eat an Oreo cookie straight, right? Straight out of the package. Or it might be consumed within cookies and cream ice cream or made into a dessert of another type, right? There's many uses and ways to consume an Oreo cookie. Same for her product. So This business owner had done some slowing down before we met, and she identified that traditional CPG was not the right path for her. She did not want to sell through distributors and through retail stores. It just wasn't the right fit for her product, and for her life. And making this decision opened up other super interesting and pretty unique opportunities for her and her business. Everything from smaller retail packages of her finished product to be sold through other businesses, to selling 5-pound containers of her product to other food businesses as an ingredient, and a number of other really cool options in between. The core product is the same, but with different ways of selling it, she's been slowing down to examine the right pricing structure for each opportunity and each sales channel. Now, this example may seem pretty basic to you. You may be thinking, well, of course you need to figure out the right price for your product before you sell it. But truthfully, not many business owners take the time to build out a complete financial model and truly see what their margins are after packaging, after production, after shipping, etc. And they don't know for sure if the price of their product will support their building a well-rounded and financially sustainable business, one that's going to have enough margin to pay them as the business owner, to allow them to build a team, and to do things like have a marketing budget and grow. This business owner is doing that work. And each time we speak, every month, she has an exciting new opportunity and a potential new customer. And we work through the numbers to land on the appropriate price for that customer and for the channel. I have to say that it's so exciting to be a part of her process and to see her building a business on her own terms, one that will be financially sustainable and profitable, I would say, within the year. I would love to hear from you and how you're slowing down in your business to make informed decisions and help ensure your financially sustainable growth. So snap a screenshot of you listening to this episode and share one way that you're slowing down in your business on Instagram. You can use the hashtag #TheGoodFoodCFO or tag me at sarah.delavan.consulting. If you're interested in having a partner or a group of fellow food business owners to slow down with, check out our one-on-one consulting and group coaching options by visiting thegoodfoodcfo.com or clicking on the links in the show notes. I'll be back in 2 weeks with a brand new episode.